This is Water Over Toilet Paper, and today I am reviewing Meenakshi Sundareshwar, directed by Vivek Soni, starring Sanya Malhotra, Abhimanyu Dassani, Purnedu Bhattacharya, Sukesh Arora, and others. It is about Meenakshi and Sundareshwar, these two Tamilians living in Madurai who newly get married, and they are forced to be in a long distance relationship because of Sundareshwar's new job and how they deal with long distance and being newly married, and all that is the story. The first thing that hit me while watching this film was how good it looks. It's not the flashy kind of good cinematography, but rather the very classical, almost Wes Anderson like cinematography, where it's all steady and stable and still. It's clear that a lot of thought went into the staging and the framing of each shots. They constantly use Meenakshi and Sundareshwar being on opposite sides of the frame really well, and that stays consistent throughout the film. Even when they are in a long distance relationship, whenever we see them, one is always on the left and one is always on the right, and that's very nice. And the other shot that I really liked was when Meenakshi was being confronted by Sundareshwar's family. The entire family is in one shot, but Meenakshi is standing alone. You visually get that she is being singled out by the entire family. The film also authentically felt Tamil in the way where it didn't feel like they were pandering. Whenever you see like a Bollywood movie trying to represent South India, it always feels pandering. But here it felt natural because it's done through the filmmaking. For example, they used very South Indian sounding sounds in the score, which gave it more of a South Indian movie feeling. Even the inclusion of Rajnikant's references and all that at the beginning felt like is this the first actor you thought of when you thought of Tamil? But when you see how they use it to tie the entire story together, it's nice, unlike this shit. I like the performances by Sanya Malhotra and Abhimanyu Dassani. In a romantic film, you want your lead pair to have chemistry, and they really have that. This is especially impressive considering the fact that they spend more than half of the movie apart from each other, but you still feel the bond. I really like Sanya Malhotra's character and her performance because she could easily become the quirky heroine trope, but she always seems like a real person even when she is being sweet. The music by Justin Prabhakaran was also really good. Not only the songs but also the background score. I really like this background score. The movie is fairly funny. There are a lot of funny scenes and comedic set pieces, but they almost get ruined by the overuse of background score. This seems like a problem that plagues the entire Indian film industry, and this film is one of the milder cases of the disease. I like the writing for most of the part. The interactions seem natural, the dialogue seemed natural, and the overall story seemed new, and their treatment felt fresh. Except for one thing, I did not buy the main conflict in the film, which is that Sundareshwar has a job in Bangalore that requires him to not be married and to be single, and this felt like such a contrived thing. And the boss's character there and the corporate life that they try to show seemed so childish and immature. It didn't feel as nuanced and well researched as the rest of the film, and that being the main conflict in the movie kinda makes it really bad. During the Bangalore portions of the story, you really feel the length, and there was this unnecessary song in the middle. I didn't like the subplot with Meenakshi's friend Ananthan. His relationship with her and all that seemed very unnecessary. I didn't like the climax with the big presentation where he makes this app that is supposed to predict emotions. Even though I enjoyed the final sequence where they get back together and how that all plays out, it was all pretty nice and cute. Meenakshi Sundareshwar is a decently written romantic film that sort of gets bogged down because of its weak and underwritten central conflict, but still sails fine because of its enjoyable performances and decent filmmaking. Thank you for watching the review. You can check out all the other reviews we made during this Diwali season by clicking on these links. Bye bye, everybody.